Hi, my name is Craig Heading, and I'm Executive Director of Disability Resource Association. We're a disability services and civil rights organization. The young man you'll see on the tape, Chandler Scott, I've known since he was 4 years of age and have provided direct IEP advocacy for him personally.
This is the story of a boy named Chandler, one of 9 severely disabled students pulled from the state school system until independent monitoring is put in place. It is alleged that goals mandated by the state of Missouri have not been met. The state has employed unqualified staff, and that there is inadequate supervision in place to protect the health and welfare of the students that attend.
My name is Andrew Kuhlman. I'm an attorney here at the law offices of Jonathan P. Beck, and we are corporate counsel to Disability Resource Association. Students that are in the local school districts that have severe disabilities are placed into the state school system. And essentially what it is the districts apparently are not adequately funded and send the kids to the state, so that the idea is that they're going to then get their services they need through the state school system. Around 25% of the parents at the state schools essentially lost their faith in the school. A number of parents began to send in audio recorders into the school, and what they found upon receiving those recordings just alarmed everyone.
From the tape, as I'm running into my head, I'm guessing that yes, that was me that said that.
Hey, hands to yourself. Chandler's not there for you to smack.
Did you say watch me send him into a seizure?
Yeah.
Watch me send him to see. Not even looking at me. You close your eyes to my voice, the heck with you.
Your certification as a physical education teacher gives you the background and experience to perform range of motion on a severely disabled child with a history of a broken arm.
I felt competent, yes.
Nobody's ever even shown me how to do this range of motion. Well, you just move them. Rather, he's not going to move them. Okay, no.
The superintendent of the state schools for the severely disabled was asked if he felt the audio tapes demonstrated a respect for Chandler. His answers may shed some light on the supervision in place within the state schools and what the parents of these students are up against.
I just don't know that I would want to say that shows respect or lack of respect. Either way. I guess if I can get a dictionary with the word respect.
Unfortunately, Mr. Dictionary is not in the record. I would assume, though, that as the superintendent of the state schools for the severely handicapped, you would have a working knowledge of what the word respect means.
To get a full understanding of failures of the state school system, we must first look at the employees charged with protecting the welfare of these severely disabled students.
I wanted to explore for a moment your experience in education. You testified, I believe, that you had 60 college credit hours, thereabout, at least 60, I think you said, in Jefferson County. Did you have, as a result of that, any kind of a degree?
No.
So what kind of training? Well, first of all, did you have any educational classes in that 60 hours?
I had the intro to education because I was switching degrees from just liberal arts or social science.
So did you have any special education classes in that?
No special ed classes, no.
Did you have any kind of classes on the IEP or educational law or any of that kind of stuff?
Not within the formal educational, no. I actually started in October 2004.
Full-time as
a long-term substitute teacher. Yes.
So by long-term you went through till 2008, is it? Or till 2000? So for 4 years you were a substitute with full-time teaching responsibilities without an education degree.
Many of the teachers at the state schools, we discovered, were not certified teachers. They were long-term subs. Some were in their classrooms for several years at a time. During the hearing, the PE teacher testified that she had provided range of motion for Chandler, but later admitted that she really didn't know what the difference between range of motion and stretching were.
Your certification as a physical education teacher gives you the background and experience to perform range of motion on a severely disabled child with a history of a broken arm.
I felt competent, yes.
Okay. Did you feel competent based on your background and experience, or competent based on your questioning and aid on how to do it?
On my background and experience.
When you raise your motion with him on his arms, I guess, yeah, I'm going to do that. Well, Trashy's just, nobody's ever even shown me how to do his range of motion. I just stretch him, that's what he did. And I just kind of work with his hands, and, those can be used. Yeah, I can use those things. Well, that's all I do is that. I didn't really play that do like I did with Natalie. I just kind of bend them up, straighten them out. Yeah, you just move them, rub them, He's not going to move them. Okay, no.
Did you perform range of motion on Chandler without training?
It's a matter of semantics. Range of motion and stretching and upper body exercise are very similar. There are some little things where you have to make sure that you hold the joint, and range meaning only as far as the child can go. But to me, I don't know. You want to call it range of motion, or you want to call it stretching and upper body exercises, either one.
There's no distinction between the two?
Oh, I said there's a slight distinction.
Range of motion is part of a physical therapy routine that is highly developed, highly targeted to stretch certain muscles and tendons to relieve the tightness in those tendons and keep those muscles from atrophying.
So then you must have been doing range of motion before somebody invited you to do that, right?
Right. I was stretching. Like I said, to me it's a matter of semantics.
You were stretching?
I was moving the arms.
So then said, while you were stretching his arms, you said you want to do range of motion on him.
Yeah, so and that's why I'm questioning it too. Is hers different than what I'm doing?
Why would you say range of motion when you're already working on his arms? What did you do that was different?
Then what she does, she didn't show me what she does. I asked her about it, but then she didn't show me, and I just did what I had always been doing.
That's all I do is that. I didn't really play that do like I did with Natalie. I just kind of bend them up, straighten them out. Yeah, you just move them, rub them, He's not going to move them. Okay, no.
While both the classroom teacher and physical education teacher were not qualified to provide adequate services to Chandler, probably most disturbing is the school nurse's lack of knowledge concerning his medical conditions.
Many of these children have specialized medical procedures and needs. The school nurse in her testimony was unable to state what those were.
I'm the school nurse at Naperville State School.
And how long have you been there?
16 years.
Are you aware of Chandler's medical diagnoses, conditions?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me what they are?
Severe mental retardation, seizure disorder, and what else? Maybe he had some heart problems too.
You believe?
Well, I know he does. Exact words.
Can you describe what his heart problems are?
No.
Are you familiar with what intractable epilepsy is?
No.
Do you think it's important as a nurse for the school with severely disabled students that you know what their medical conditions are?
Yes.
Tell me about Chandler's heart problems. What are they?
You'd have to ask his doctor and his mother.
Because of the varying degree of disabilities among the students at Naperville, each student has their own specific educational program known as an IEP, or Individualized Educational Program.
An IEP is an individualized education program, which is intended to be designed by the parent, the teachers, maybe the therapists, depending on each kid's unique circumstances. And essentially, it is a binding agreement